This is what a busy summer Friday night looks like at Taqueria Ramírez. It's a Mexico City-style taqueria in Brooklyn, where we'll have 600 customers pass through our 400-square-foot restaurant. My name is Tania Apolinar. My husband partner's name is Giovanni Cervantes. We are selling 1,500 tacos on a busy day. We don't really have a break in our service. Everything has to be working perfectly so we can really serve the demand. We have 6 types of tacos: al pastor, suadero, longaniza, campechano, de tripa, and taco de nopales. This location used to be a coffee shop. Our kitchen is quite small. As much as we wanted to add more options to the menu, we are also very limited in our space. So we wanted to have the classics. We have 4 people total in the kitchen, the register person. Then we have Carlos in the Chorizera, Ricardo on the tortillas and assembling the nopal taco. And we also have a pastor person, Bernardino or Gerardo. The first taco we're making is the al pastor taco, probably the most classic from Mexico City. We inherited from Middle Eastern cultures in Mexico. The pastor takes 2 days of work. Every Tuesday, we do the adobo, the marinade for the week. It takes half a day. On the morning, the next day, we will marinate the meat at the beginning of the day. It's usually 100 to 200 pounds of meat. So all that amount of meat takes around 2 hours in the morning only to marinate. Our recipe for our adobo is a secret Ramirez recipe, but I can tell you it has a lot of spices, dried chilies, and achiote, which gives it a more reddish color. The marinade also has vinegar, which makes the meat last throughout the day with the indirect fire contact. The process to mounting a pastor, we need a stool that can go high enough and that can handle all the weight. We have a cast iron base. Then we have to put the spit on the middle. Bernardino can start putting layers of meat. So he will start with a small piece of meat and go bigger and bigger. He will start turning the base so it's balanced enough. And in between, he would also add onion and pineapple. That gives it a lot of flavor. The pineapple, it really balances out the flavor with the chilies, the pork. The fully built al pastor on the spit is called a trompo, which is the Spanish word for top, like the spinning children's toy. In order for it to be cooked more evenly and faster, he needs to shape the trompo. On the busiest days, the trompo will weigh around 200 pounds. We had to build, custom-made the base where we put the spit. We also had to build custom handles to be able to move the trompo from the base to the appliance. It takes 3 people to lift the trompo right now. We're on the process of building a machine that is able to lift the trompo and move it into the appliance. The appliance for the trompo, it has 5 burners actually, which can be controlled individually. They are vertical burners. It does have a motor to spin by itself. We only use it the moments that someone cannot attend the trompo. So in order to shave the pastor perfectly, you need a very sharp knife. It has to be long enough. Bernardo has a particular angle in order to get those perfect slices in the taco. So suadero is muscle that is between the belly and the leg of the cow. It's mostly used for ground meat in the United States. It's a very hard muscle. Mexicans invented this slow cooking process in the Chorizera. It is salted before, and we actually make a crisscross with the knife. After that, just thrown directly to the Chorizera. Once the steak is ready to be served, Carlos will touch it. He already knows how does it feel when it's ready to go. And then he puts it in the butcher block and he chops it. He adds that to the basket that is also inside the Chorizera. The chopped meat will stay hydrated, and then he will serve it directly from there. The choricera is pretty much a pot that has a little bump on the center. The bump is usually to warm tortillas in classic Mexico City style taquerias. Since we have a lot of demand, we just fill the choricera with meat. It's a slow cooking process. It starts with lard and with water. The lard is very important in the process of cooking because it adds all the flavor to the meats. We start cooking in the morning. The first we need to put in there is the tripa because it's the one that takes longer. It takes around 4 hours to be fully cooked. After that, the suadero will be added. It takes around 3 hours for the suadero to be fully cooked. And then the last meat we add in there is the longaniza. That takes around an hour or so. The taquero's responsibility is to see and calculate how much meat he's gonna put each hour because we keep adding meat as the day goes by. And then he pretty much chops the meats beforehand so we have a batch ready to serve, and he will keep doing that throughout the day. The meats that are ready, he will move them clockwise. It's like a queue, so he knows which meats are fully cooked and which are gonna take a little longer. The next taco is longaniza. Longaniza is pork. It is very classic in Mexico City. It has a little more fat than chorizo. Once it's fully cooked, it's also chopped. The next taco is tripa, or beef small intestines. I haven't seen tripa tacos in many places in New York City. A lot of people are scared to try the tripa, but it has gotten its reputation slowly. It's one of the favorite tacos at the taqueria. The people that are willing to try it, they always leave surprised. In Mexico City, it's fried. The blowtorch is actually not traditional at all. That's gonna give it a little crispy texture on the top of it, and it will also add a little smoky flavor to the tripa. People really feel very attracted to fire, I guess, in general. And that's what we like in our kitchen too. The next taco is nopales. Nopales takes a lot of time because, first of all, it's a cactus. You have to really clean it well to be able to serve it. It could be slimy. It has to be boiled and then cooled down. People have a misconception that it's not tasty, but I think we have been changing people's minds.
Steven! There you go, Steven.
Once we give our guests the tacos, they will go to the toppings section, which has all the veggies and the salsas, cilantro, onion, lime, salsa roja, salsa verde. One is more mild, the other is more spicy. People go through the salsa verde faster because it's less spicy. The salsa verde has serrano chili, has tomatillo. It is a very classic salsa because of the tomatillo, and we decided to add avocado to it. A lot of people think it's guacamole and they put a lot of it, but it's also spicy. And tonight Carolina is our runner, which is the person who is mostly on the back. Being a runner is, you really have to be on top of everything. It's only a small entrance on the bottom of the register, so sodas have to be passed through there. And every time there's something that's needed. If we're going through sodas really fast, we will be calling them. Or if the tortillas are done, we will need that person to come. And just squeeze, pretty much squeeze in where there's room, they will pass you everything. It's actually a position that we implemented this summer because when the host is taking care of running around, it's a lot of work, a lot of chaos with people. Like, you don't have someone to tell them what to do in that moment. They will just go for their tacos. Nothing matters except getting in there. I'm really proud of the culture we have been exposing in here. People are starting to get more familiar with the different kinds of Mexican food, getting out of their comfort zone and try different things. I'm just really proud of all the work we've put into this project, and it's just the right way to make people happy with food.